Ayo and Teo are two brothers from the state of Michigan who started uploading videos of themselves dancing to social media, and within the span of just 2 years, had launched a career as two of hip-hop's youngest and brightest stars. Over the opening years of their career, they not only danced with Usher on stage at the BET Awards, but in his music video for No Limit as well. Before long, Vogue would even be naming this pair one of the 100 most creative and riveting voices in both fashion and culture. Now these two are hosting their very own dance series while also dropping some of the hottest tracks around. Do you guys know why they chose to popularize the use of face masks long before the pandemic? If so, let us know down below before we get into the story. As for the rest of you, stay tuned to our newest episode of Where Are They Now? Ayo and Teo were born Alo and Mateo Bowles on October 30th, 1996 and August 29th, 1999 respectively. Raised in Ann Arbor, Michigan, these two were looking for a way out of their home state from the very beginning. They once told the LA Times, "Coming from Michigan and living in a small environment, a lot of people don't make it out unless it's for sports, which still, people barely make it out. So where we were from, people usually stay working regular jobs. But we did, and now we're helping our families out and everything." But before they secured the bag, these two were just kid brothers who hung out and got into normal childhood disagreements with one another. And while they may bump heads, they also made sweet music with one another. When these two first started messing around with beats as kids, Teo was the singer, while Ayo spent most of the time rapping. Then they'd team up to perform and dance their way towards winning multiple talent shows. Together, they'd watch and listen to performers like Michael Jackson, Missy Elliott, and Chris Brown, learning not only about the craft of creating music, but more importantly, how much stage presence and physicality impacts everything. The older they got, the more serious they got about dancing, and thanks to the support of their parents, who would encourage all kinds of activities like participating in anime clubs, as well as learning multiple instruments, these two developed at a remarkable pace. The only holdback? For the first 14 years of their life, their father refused to let them have access to the internet. When these two were finally able to hop online once they were in high school, the two brothers knew exactly what they were going to do. Which is crazy because when young adolescent kids first get exposed to the internet, I'm not sure if developing a musical career is the first thing they think to do, but you know, it's another video for another time.
Yeah, I see that.
After having honed their dancing skills for years, the brothers created their very own social media page from which they could issue a series of viral dance challenges. From that point forward, everything happened in warp drive. After establishing a presence for themselves online, the brothers quickly created what would come to be known as their calling card, the reverse. A dance move that simply required reversing some of the world's other most popular dance crazes, like let's say the nene. Thanks to pulling in some truly crazy metrics with content like that, Ayo and Teo's reach was larger than they ever could have imagined. And that's when Usher would slide in their DMs and change their lives all over again. Ayo and Teo's first big brush with real fame came in 2016 when Usher invited them to perform with him on stage at the BET Awards after having caught their act on Instagram. Unfortunately, Teo did not get to perform that night because he was too young, and the family was not aware that he would need a talent permit until it was too late to get one. And while he may not have made it on stage that night, Teo soon appeared next to both Ayo and Usher in the music video for No Limit. Before they knew it, these two brothers were officially one of the hottest acts in hip-hop and were looking to capitalize even further. Knowing that their dancing skills, no matter how good, could only take them so far in the game, the brothers decided to unleash their rapping talents upon the world with their very first single, In Reverse, which dropped in 2016. When it became clear that these two were pretty much talented at anything they set their mind to, Columbia Records came calling and offered them their very first recording contract. Soon afterwards, further songs like Better Off Alone and, most importantly, Rolex would drop next.
But like, I just wanna roll.
Yeah, it was slow.
Then we went to the studio. Jazzy heard it. He went in the studio, laid out the whole hook, and we were like, bro, that was like perfect.
Scoring hundreds of millions of streams on YouTube in absolutely no time at all, and storming its way onto the Billboard Hot 100, Rolex would become a massive hit and the brothers' new calling card. Even now, over 5 years later, it's still a certified banger and continuing to further their career. When speaking with Hip Hop DX recently, the brothers would tell them it was a hit and it's still doing well. It gets millions of streams still. And it's crazy that we were just having fun and the result was we made a song like that. We were looking at it like, we already know how to dance, we have the fans, and we tried the music thing, and it went crazy. it's just going to go forever. Shortly after Rolex would turn them into household names, the brothers would begin working with other hugely established artists like Lil Yachty, Childish Gambino, and Chris Brown. I mean, heck, they even began to work with XXXTentacion on the track Fallen Angel before his untimely passing. After X was gone, the brothers finished the track anyway and released it in his honor. The song would later appear on their first EP, Flyin' Ghetto, which dropped in December of 2019. Only about 6 months later, they'd released their follow-up EP, Bring a Friend. With the release of these two projects, Ayo and Teo were becoming more recognizable than ever, which in turn would lead to people paying attention to one of their strangest idiosyncrasies, their trademark face masks. Which, I guess it sounded weird at the time, like to be wearing face masks, but now it's like, it's weirder if you don't wear a mask. So, interesting how that happened. So did Ayo and Teo predict the pandemic? I mean, they were wearing face masks before anybody else. I don't know, it's up for you guys to decide.
When you see dancers wear the mask, even just people, when you see them wear the mask today, you think of us. So
you guys popularized the mask.
Yeah, I say we 80% boosted the mask
it
population.
Gotta be 80-20 period because
Yes, long before face masks would become part of daily wear for almost all of us, Ayo and Teo popularized the look by first wearing them while performing on stage or in front of cameras. Now, why the face masks? Well, Ayo told the LA Times, "When we dance, we make some weird facial expressions. We didn't really like that. I went online and ordered bathe masks. Then I ordered like 15 panda and shark masks." Thus, their trademark look was born. Speaking of masks and the pandemic and all that, during the last couple of years, Ayo and Teo have concentrated on establishing themselves as a presence on your television screen with a couple of different dancing series. At the offset of the worldwide lockdowns, Ayo and Teo had recently teamed up with their good friend Usher to star in the short-lived Quibi series, The Sauce. This series followed the brothers as they explored the unique dancing cultures that exist throughout the United States, while also finding and teaching some of the freshest online talent to compete for head-to-head cash prizes. Unfortunately, Quibi as a platform was far shorter lived than this pandemic is that we are still currently dealing with, which means that The Sauce is no more. I hope someone reads that sentence. What a weird sentence. Regardless, the brothers would quickly bounce back undiscouraged and create their own dancing series called Ayo and Teo's Universe. This weekly 1-hour showcase is filmed from the brothers' home in Atlanta, Georgia, and is more or less a variety hour in which the brothers discuss current events, the latest in entertainment and fashion, as well as host a series of dance medleys alongside their fellow crew members. When they're not busy filming new episodes of that series, the brothers are still busting a move alongside acts like Blockboy JB, who recently appeared with them in their official dance series vlog over on YouTube. Those are two rappers right there who created some very famous dances that are just permanently etched in the lexicon of hip-hop, so kind of cool to see. They also dropped the mixtape Power in 2021. But as for what comes next for this talented duo, well, fans can continue to expect more endeavors into the world of television, as well as an upcoming fashion line. Most importantly of all, however, Ayo and Teo are still working on their long-awaited debut studio album. When will we see it? Honestly, there's no official word yet, so we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, now that you guys are all caught up with the recent history of rap duo Ayo and Teo, my name is Clyde Smith, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in another video.